So what do you think our ketones are going to be? And let's go ahead and get that to sync. So it should start pulling that data right across. Here we go. Yep, there we are. All right. And so there it is. So my blood sugar was 67 and the ketones are 2.3. Talking about ketones, right? So ketones that are less than 0.5 are considered normal. 0.5 to about 1.5 considered nutritional ketosis, and above that is considered therapeutic ketosis. And if we look at my graph, you'll see there to the far left, the turquoise line those are ketones, and then the tan line, that's the blood sugar. So as the blood sugars rise, the ketones fall, because the blood sugars rising requires my body to produce insulin, and ketones cannot exist in the presence of insulin for long. But as I started fasting and the blood sugars are going down, the tan line is getting lower and lower, you see that the ketones start to go up and they cross there. And now at the end, you'll see that that's where my ketones are, the ones that we just saw, 2.3 with glucose of 67. So I love seeing that, because that means that my body has switched from burning glucose to now burning fat, y'all. Right? This stuff right here, yeah, man, some of that's going away right now as we're speaking, because the body is in the process of burning that up and using ketones in its place, right? So if I look back, so here when I first started fasting, and when I first started fasting, my ketones, those were 0.1, and let me do it this way actually. Okay, so let's back up. So ketones, right there you go. So right down at the bottom, you'll see those ketones. So glucose was 91, ketones were 0.5. That's when I first started fasting. Or actually, that was about 6 hours into fasting. Let's see, what time was that? 6 p.m. No, I had just started, because I started at 6 p.m. And then that was on the 16th. And 6 p.m. the next day, so 24 hours later, my glucose was 75 and my ketones were 0.6. So I've switched over from burning carbs to burning ketones. And then as we got into yesterday, because I did the show last night, if you remember, right around 12 a.m., and my ketones were 0.5, glucose was 73, and now my blood sugar is 67 with ketones of 2.3. So I love when I see those ketones, because that means that I've changed over. My body has switched from burning carbohydrates to now burning fat. And I'm excited because as the fat goes away, as the ketones are going, right, my weight's going down, y'all, right, my blood sugars are doing well, which is a great place for us to switch over here and talk a little bit about what's been going on with my monitors. So let's grab this one. And so you'll see there that my average blood sugar is 108 over the last 2 weeks. In fact, let's see if I can, so let's do 90 days. Yeah, let's see. It's going to take a minute to. Okay, so over the last 90 days, the last 3 months, my average blood sugar is 114. Yeah, right? So 114. And I'm in target 96% of the time with an estimated glucose management indicator, or an estimated A1C that's going to be 6.0. And I told you last Friday I saw my physician and my A1C was a 6.1, right? So pretty close to what this monitor is saying that my blood sugar should be. And if I scroll down and look at my daily graphs, have that pull up there in just a minute. So this is going to give us, let's see, where were we? So I started fasting on Tuesday. So Tuesday, right at 6 o'clock, my blood sugar was 105. 24 hours later, blood sugar is 84. And then today, 24 hours later, blood sugar of 77, right? And in fact, as we come into the rest of the evening, we'll see that it's starting to drop down into the 60s. And I would expect tomorrow, when we look at this again, that my blood sugars at that point would be in the 60s, kind of hovering in that area. And that's how we do it, y'all, right? So Amazing, amazing process, this fasting. If you recall, yesterday we talked about the phases of fasting, right? The different timelines. So the post-absorptive period, which is, we body's eating, we've eaten, we've stopped eating now, and the body's absorbing, it's digesting. And then 24 hours when we are burning ketones, and 24 to 36 hours where we're ramping up those ketones. We're starting to get into autophagy. 48 hours, we're full into autophagy. And then 72 hours where we start now to begin to see this boost in our immune system, right? So amazing process that goes on as we are moving through the different phases of fasting. I talked to somebody today in the office, and I was telling them, well, let me back up. And if you're out there and this is you, your blood sugars are high and you're on a bunch of insulin, and the insulin level keeps going up and up and up and up and up, and the blood sugars do not seem to be controlled. Right? I want you to listen to me, and I want you to think about this as you're talking to your physician. I said to this person, this was on Saturday, I believe, and I said, hey, do you want to buy Tuesday, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so 3 days. Do you want your blood sugar to be down in the 100s by Tuesday, to the point where you don't have to take any medication? And they said, yes, let's do it. They said, I can do that. And I said, fast. Because if I fast for the next 3 days, y'all, right, and you saw it here, right? So we started out with blood sugars of 100. We dropped down into 80s. We dropped down into the 70s. Tomorrow we're going to be in the 60s all day. So if you want to be off of medication, and you remember I did a show, I think it was our second show for the year, can fasting decrease our blood sugar quickly? And the answer is yes. Now, I don't say this for you to go home right now and just stop your medication and start fasting. You got to do it under supervision. But is it possible? Yes, it is possible. And you don't have to buy anything. You don't have to change. You don't have to go buy any special foods. You don't have to go buy any medication. In fact, this is going to save you money, because we're getting ready to get rid of this medication. That's right. 3 days. And some of you right now are out there and you are in situations where you're having lots of complications from your diabetes, from the high blood sugars. So your intermittent fasting, while it's good, and I promote intermittent fasting, I love it. I teach it to my patients. I love when they do it. While intermittent fasting is good, and intermittent fasting gets you heading in the right direction, some of the things that you need to reverse cannot be done without doing extended fasts. Yep. Okay? All right. Well, y'all, I'm excited to have been with you. Let's hop over and let's talk about the platform. Remember, our platform, the Triple E Formula for Success. We educate, we empower, we encourage. Educate, empower, and encourage. Remember the things that will push you in the direction of breaking a fast, of interrupting a meal, interrupting a diet, of eating the things that you said that you weren't going to eat, right? Our habits, emotions, access, and taste. And then our call to action. Y'all, come on, join us with the challenges. Each month we have a challenge. The challenge for this month is to create a meal that is full of whole foods, no processed foods, does not have any added sugar, has some starchy and non-starchy vegetables in there, that has healthy fat and lean protein, that is tasty, y'all, that tastes good, and that has the appropriate portion size. That's our challenge for this month. If you've not done so yet, go ahead and take a picture of it, do a video, send it in to us, info@DwayneWoodMD, info@DwayneWoodMD, and we'd love to share it with the rest of our community so they can see the things that you're doing, right? So join the challenges.